Wait a minute. Wait, where are the posts?
There's no posts.
No posts? There's got to be posts somewhere.
No posts.
Where are the posts?
Cantilever design.
How are you doing that? What kind of magic trickery is this?
Engineering.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. So I was sitting here, minding my own business. Actually, I wasn't. I was up here trying to advise on potential palm trees for this paradise when I noticed this cantilever, and I'm like, this is cool. I haven't seen a design like this yet. And I was like, Steve came around the corner. I'm like, Steve, this is cool.
Yeah,
and then Steve said, yeah, I designed that. Tell us about that.
Well, I didn't make it, but I had told my contractor what I needed, and then I supplied the tubes after figuring out how much those weigh, figuring the load should hold, and then sketched out the design, and he took it to his fabricator. And, yeah.
Don't feel nervous that I'm behind you and you can't see me. No. So that's really cool. So he had the tricky part here, I would think. So what it is, you have, let's see if I can get up higher. So you have these metal angles coming off these beams that were specifically welded in place. That looks to be a tricky thing to get all of those perfectly spaced and especially at the same angle. Did you know how he did it?
No, I don't think that. I mean, they're all uniform.
Yeah.
The hard part was the installation because those beams aren't totally true.
Now look at this. So you sandwich the beams. Can't really see. Now you can see. So you basically welded this bar to this C section. That's called a C section. And then this is called tube steel. That looks like what, 1.5 inch by what about?
Something like 1 by,
One-
like
1.5 by
1
5?
something by 4.
By 4?
I think.
Yeah, just like you'd have a 2x4. And then you welded that. So there's a weld right there. There's a weld there. There's a weld there. There's holes that you bolted across. Or what are those holes? Those covers? What's behind those covers? Right there.
Oh, that was just. Oh, that was we figured to access the bolts. So you
okay.
You can insert the bolts to that line.
So those are. Oh, I see. Okay, here's the bolt over here. All right, I got it. And then you can actually. Oh, I see. The bolts are hidden on the little lip above. So the lower bolts are covered. The upper bolts are not, but you typically don't see those. So that's really clever. Did you design all those details?
No. So I designed I got the spec for the tubing by going to this online aluminum store, and then came up with how to attach it to that because my contractor wanted to make it all out of that, but I was saying it was too heavy.
That's too big and heavy,
ripped
yeah.
it down, I think, or it would have strained those beams.
Right.
But the aluminum tube, if you hold it, you could feel that there wouldn't be too much torque on it.
Right.
And I used red the cedars because it was light, so I was worried about weight.
Right. Now, it looks like you have some screws that screw into that. See if I can get a close-up of that. And those are very specifically, you got 3/4 inch wood up there. So those must be very specifically sized screws because I don't see any of them protruding out the bottom. So those must have been like 1/2 inch.
I don't know. That's all on my contractor, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, he
Yeah.
did a good job. So here's what the beam looked like before. So people, if you have beams like that sticking out and you're wondering how to create a shade structure without having to have posts that you bump into, that's how you do it. Steve is available for consult at $392 tonight. What's your rate?
Yeah, I'll 5% discount on that.
Okay, great. Here's the view. We might as well show the rest of the place. It's pretty awesome. Super awesome modern style house here. And yeah, that's the whole story. Steve, should I get back to work?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Time is money. What do you think ballpark cost on the Cantia?
Don't worry about that. Tell me about your house. This is awesome. Everybody loves this style now. I guess it's kind of the same style they had before, but it's just updated, right?
This was built in 1965.
Okay, let me stand back.
The footprint isn't any different. I just we reskinned it and moved all the walls around inside.
It's gorgeous. Looks like it's brand new.
So well, that was the thing. It was very amenable to making it into a modern.
Yes.
So it was a mid-century, and so
right.
Those windows were there. We just made all the glass bigger.
Love the window. Oh, okay.
And so
What do you mean when you said you made the glass bigger?
So it was just, push the windows out, right? So that giant pane window, right?
Yes.
It was sort of quarter panels.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then so I just
Yeah, because there's a gorgeous view of. I can't see it from here, but you can see the lagoon is down there. Oh, there it is. There's the lagoon. And so when did you finish this work? Because it looks like about 3 years, 2 years.
for
Four.
2017.
It's gorgeous. I love it. And tell me about the garage door.
Garage door was a place out of San Francisco. So the stain is uneven, but because that's made out of hickory, and we should have never made it out of hickory because you don't use hickory
Oh,
outside. So we put a polyurethane, and it's not.
I think it looks great the way it is. I would.
We sand, but it needs to be sanded and use this stuff called Q-Tech,
Ah,
and it'll hold up
okay.
to keep the mold. And so anyway, that wood is yellow cedar, which is actually Alaskan cypress. Supposedly.
Okay.
So that is outdoor friendly, and that's the color we wanted. But that's hickory, and we did everything in hickory, but it's all swapped out except the garage doors, and the garage doors are okay. Everything was molded.
Yeah, I love the planner too. So, what do you think about when you hear that since you did this, lumber prices have quintupled?
Oh God, I'm so
Quintupled?
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'm
you
glad-
should
I'm
be.
glad
You're
I
like
did
one of those guys. You just got it done just in time.
Yeah, so-
That's great. Right on. All right, now let's talk about the pricing for your Kentia palm. Maybe I'll make a video when we put it in. It's gonna go right. Big Kentia palm, people, right there. It's gonna be awesome.